welcome back to Saints Row. We are starting this one, once again, having to deal with a contested neighborhood. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this mechanic, mainly due to this fact, like, we're now starting this episode off with one of these again. I mean, I was gonna, maybe try to do a Hitman target. Admittedly, now that I think about it, I'm not that sad that I don't have to do that, but still, I'd like a little more variety. And honestly, these are never that complicated, especially in comparison to some of the other takeover missions you can do, which we'll be seeing more of today. But yeah, no, like, taking over these neighborhoods the first time, way more interesting. Though, I just hit a man's ass until he died. I can't say I'm not having fun, but, just in terms of starting out these episodes. Jeez, playa, calm the fuck down. That guy even get that many hits in on you? But yeah, no, like, in terms of starting out episodes, I feel like it's a little samey. I don't know. Maybe people would disagree. Ah, well. Anyway, though, that didn't take us too long. They really did not have a foot that far in that door, so let's do a different snatch mission and hope that I respect this person more than the first one.
Wait. Where you think you going? It's been a while since a client came in here. That's not to say my girls can't make you come. It's just that I ain't got no girls to do it. ¿Sabe lo que digo? It's like this. I had the finest chicas on the block. Then these fucking padrotes come rolling around.
Oh, so it's kidnapping in this case and not incompetence.
Sheets and some lube. Look.
Wait, I'm sorry, they didn't take the lube? Oh, they're monsters. We gotta take care of them. Okay, so let's get back to the car and just do another level 1 version of Snatch. So, much like the first version, this one's not particularly complicated. Pretty easy. Just need to rescue one lady, and then we're done. So, drive off towards the danger square, and eventually we'll find a pimp we can kill. Alright, let's see. Killable pimps. Oh yeah, and of course this is the, Los Carnales version of this mission, so once we kill this man, we'll be seeing red instead of... Oh god, what was the first one? Was that West Side Rollers or Vice Kings? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I'm trying to kill this man, but since you're gonna be a dick... Oh wait, no, you're Los Carnales as well, so never mind, fuck you. Get dead, idiot. But yeah, I forget which one we went to first, but I don't think we really saw any sort of, gang pushback. I would hazard a guess and say it was probably the Vice Kings, just considering the territory, we were looking at. Typically the West Side Rollers are, well, on the west side. Kind of obvious when you put it like that, but, like, all of the gangs do have their particular neighborhoods and, general locations they have taken over, which, I think that's cool. They put some thought into who would rule over what area, so... Yeah, the West Side Rollers are named over the territory that they have, which is the West Side. They have the least. Meanwhile, the Vice Kings are mostly in the north. They have the quote-unquote better parts of town, the cleaner, nicer-looking parts, where the Los Carnales being the drug ones, mainly, they have the more run-down-looking areas downtown, give or take. And of course, given these gangs were at each other's throats before, there's a little give and take overall. Again, the West Side Rollers kind of have the least amounts. In general, they also have the fewest missions in the game, and I feel like that could partially be due to just, maybe not having the most dev time. Maybe they had to cut a few things here and there. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of makes sense too. Even if it was a limitation, I feel like you're supposed to get the impression that the West Side Rollers do kind of suck. Just in general. I mean, for crying out loud, the first thing a gang says in this game is... Oh, if I killed you, that's your fault for leaping in front of my wheels. The first thing a gang says in this game is, fuck the rollers. They don't get respect, but they have the least amount of territory, and quite frankly, in general, they're just the least important. Like, their whole thing is cars, so they're a very insulated gang. We'll see more about them later, of course, but yeah, their whole thing is pretty much just... I was trying to use the hydraulics, I don't really know if I like them, but anyway though, yeah, like, in terms of things they can do for other people, there's really not much. Like, they're just a bunch of people who are assholes who like to do street races and drive their cars around. Like, they're not providing anybody with drugs, they're not doing all the things the Vice Kings do to keep in power. They're just kinda douchey. Like, the manual, which, side note, I do want to bring up the Saints Row manual more in depth at some point. The manual does actually point out the fact that they are the West Side Rollers with a Z. And, like, that sounds like amateur shit, right? Like, you would not think you would need to take them any amount of seriously because they spelled their gang name with a Z in it. But yeah, no, like... They kinda just suck. They don't have a lot of territory, they don't have a lot of people.
Where you think you're going, pussy?
I feel like it's also gonna take a while- oh, crud. Darn it, I didn't shoot him enough. I forgot pimps are made of iron. But anyway, yeah, no, I think that, completely lost my train of thought because of that guy, darn it. Yeah, that's completely gone. I was distracted for being thrown out of my vehicle. Anyway, though, yeah, all that is to say, the West Side Rollers, they don't do much. Honestly, if you're gonna... Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I don't think we actually see, like, the main bad guys in the Rollers for a while yet. Whereas, let's see. So I'm trying to remember what happened in last episode versus what I've actually recorded. I think we're going to start seeing more gangs starting in this episode, which is kind of the exciting part. I think the heads of the gangs and just the villains in general are some of the stronger points in the Saints Row series, so good to actually be getting to them. Oh shit, okay, everybody out, okay, nope. Everybody out, I hope, cool, good. Sorry about that scare, that sucks ass. Also sorry to the person on fire. But let me tell you, I'm in a worse mood after that, because let me tell you, trying to steal your car, you jackass. I just lost the Saints Mobile. And you know what? That fucking sucks. That was our car. Well, my car. Nobody really rides with me that much, but still, you know. It was my car. I liked it. I gave it a name. Oh. And I was just so... broken-hearted about that I ran that man over. Yep, that's the only reason that happens. Anyway, though, R.I.P. to the Saints Mobile. Fuck this car. And we didn't even lose it in, like, a big important mission. No, we lost it in the middle of Snatch, which just feels bad. So yeah, I did give up and I took a car over here. I'm gonna take out some of my pent-up frustration on this. I'm gonna break some cars. None of it will bring the Saints Mobile back, but, you know. At least I can ruin somebody else's car for the time being. Just as a note, you don't actually permanently lose cars if they get blown up. Just go back to your garage, and you do have to pay a fine to bring them back, but you can bring them back if you want to, but I'm not going to. This is the one time I'm... oh god. And not one of those is mine? Boo. Anyway, though, yeah, I'm doing an Iron Man run for the cars. If a car dies in this LP, that's it. It's gone. It's out of the garage. That one's definitely mine. It's out of the garage. It will never be seen again, so... the Saintsmobile Mark 1, well, I mean, I have to name it the Mark 1 now because it was the first one, but it is dead now. We need to choose a second. Gotta find another car and paint it purple. At least I can take some solace breaking somebody else's cars, but you know what? None of these cars were the Saintsmobile, which admittedly was kind of mediocre itself, but you know what? It was mine. I put money into painting it, and I made it faster. Also, I gave it hydraulics, and I don't know why I did that. I don't really know what hydraulics are for. I never figured that out. It just makes your car go high and control all weird. I never used that. But I keep putting it on the cars anyway. Alright, well that was easy enough. Oh damn, clothing bonus actually put us over the top for this one. Nice. Alright, so that's 3 respects. I think it's about time we get to a quote-unquote mission. I'm saying quote-unquote mission because we're actually doing a stronghold first. So like I said earlier, taking territory is actually more interesting than taking it back, because while this is a stronghold, it's a little more elaborate than the first one we did. Honestly, all things considered, that tutorial stronghold was kinda boring in comparison to what we'll be doing in some of the other ones. At first glance though, this one seems more or less the same. It's kinda just a kill people mission. Except we do have a target. We want to get into the loft at the end there. I guess we could go around, but it's more fun to just sort of take on this open lot of people. I mean, I have some amount of bullets left. God, that guy went flying. I do typically favor the shotgun, just FYI. I like the bat, I like the shotgun. Pistol's just been more convenient, and it actually has ammo. Everything else, due to me not having money, and not spending what money I do have on bullets, pistol's kind of been the most economical thing. Though, really, the most convenient one, of course, is the, machine gun type of weapon. Anything that falls under that is just, hey, you can just spray and pray. Just start firing, and you'll probably hit someone. It's also probably my favorite gun to use from a vehicle for that very same reason. On ground, I don't mind, you know, putting a little more work into actually hitting people, but in a vehicle, it's kinda nice just, going for the rapid-fire option. Alright, so, into the building we go. Hopefully none of the people at the side are really going to bother with us. And there aren't too many people in this apartment, and you did not notice me, which is kind of unusual. Like I said in the last episode, typically the moment you're able to shoot somebody, everybody will start firing at you. Anyway, though, we've got some more people who seem to be coming up to fight us, so, I guess we'll just wait for them. Oh, I absolutely want this. So yeah, you definitely want to notice the fact that there is a sniper rifle in this apartment, because this is the part where this mission gets pretty fun. You might have been introduced to sniper rifles beforehand, but hey, this is a good place to learn about them. Now, I don't believe the triggers usually differ in how they fire, but, you know, left trigger and right trigger are the fire buttons, or the punch buttons if you're doing melee. However, with the sniper rifle, the left trigger specifically is your zoom in button. So if you want to actually use the scope, that's what you do. You press left and you fire. Alright, let's take out this big group of people, or maybe not. Okay, sure. Too much debris there to do it like that, but, oh boy, I took out one person. That was not worth blowing myself up with a rocket launcher, but you know what? Now we know that these people are fools, because they watch a man blow himself up with a rocket launcher, and then get back up immediately. He's very much not dead, and is in fact now healing. And yet, they continue trying to take him out. Really foolish of them to do. Don't know why they're like this. You can also zoom in a little more if you want to. Like I said, press left trigger to zoom. I believe you've got 3 zoom-ins overall, through 3 different depths to work with. And quite frankly, I think zooming in a little more probably would have helped me. I think I wanted to make sure... Oh, I think there may be people in the apartments. There are people blinking near me. Yeah, okay, at this point I think they're in the apartment, so... Hey, buddy. See you snuck in, good for you. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted a bat in hand, but whatever. Anyway, though. Right, so... this is a good mission to get you accustomed to the, sniper rifle. Which, by the way, bit of advice, don't walk out of the window when you do this. Yes, you do have a better vantage at that point. You're not going to be blocked off by as much floor, or, whatever these pipes are for. They're not pipes, they're, fucking steel something or others. I'm sorry, I can't remember the word at the moment. Not girders. Just focused on trying to kill this man. It was more difficult than it should have been. Anyway, though, yeah, like, you get blocked by less, but, like, if you immediately walk out of here, you are going to be shot to death. Unfortunately, the Vice King's members are better shots than you think they would be. You know, you might figure, hey, I'm up here, they're down there. Surely their aim couldn't be great with, well, at the time, with pistols. Now they have brought in a rocket launcher. Good idea, actually. Bad news for you, I already tanked one of those, I'm not afraid of yours. But yeah, no, like, you'd think their aim wouldn't be as good with pistols, but no. If you make yourself an obvious target, they will take it, and you will die. Again, certainly I don't know that from experience. Alright, and unfortunately, I believe, yeah, we've got 1 shot left with the sniper rifle, which is a shame because I really enjoyed this. Alright, look, I am using a controller, and as I understand, controllers are not ideal for, you know, fine aiming in first-person shooters, but nonetheless, I was enjoying myself with that rifle. It was fun to do that. I like to do a bit of sniping, apparently. Again, not the ideal setup for it, but still, I feel like I did pretty well with it. I do believe people when they say mouse and keyboard's better, but while that might be an option if I put some setup into it, I'm not going to. Believe that, unlike fucking Splatoon. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta use the fucking gyro controls, and I'm like, you're gaslighting me. This is the worst experience I've ever had playing Splatoon, is the one time I tried to do that. Professional players are probably correct, but I still feel like they're gaslighting me. I had to look like a child who just got that game for Christmas the one time I tried to use gyro controls, because it was garbage, and I was terrible at it. Alright, so, done with that. Let's do a rollers mission. Which is probably not a great idea since, you know, I don't have a new Saints Mobile, I lost my actually fast vehicle. But let's do this mission that belongs to the car-based gangs. I'm sure this won't be a problem, right? Yeah. Alright, Lynn, what you got for me?
Try not to look so conspicuous. You did good, but I'm not through with you yet. Those cars you stole have been rigged to blow once the engine reaches a high enough temperature. I need you to make sure those cars get nice and hot.
Okay, but have you considered doing a speed situation, though?
Tough competition. I know
Have
these
you
guys.
considered
If you're in the lead for
trapping
the
them in
final
this sort of
stretch, they're gonna
ironic
hit the NOS
punishment
to blow
where they
past
must
you.
continue
When
going
they
fast
do,
until they explode?
as soon as
I
those
guess we
cars are
probably
ready to
just
get the
want
hell
them
out of
dead,
there,
but I don't
they're no
know.
good to us
I
dead.
think my idea sounds like fun.
Thanks for the dance. Now hurry up. You got a race to win.
Alright, so Troy appears out of nowhere. He's coming along with us for some reason.
Hey man, let's get to the race. Look, I don't care what Lynn says. You get me next to those cars and I'll take care of the rollers, alright? To hell with this lap race bullshit.
Okay, so Troy's gonna help because, we could force the rollers into, using their nitro, by actually winning, but this isn't a particularly good car, so we should probably listen to Troy here. Anyway, though, so yeah, Troy, been a hot minute. Oh, we gotta get into the, race first. Let's enter this crappy vehicle that everybody's probably going to laugh at. So yeah, instead of trying to win the race, we need to stay close to these vehicles so that Troy can insult them and kind of goad them into using their nitro. So I think we found our first target, because this guy really fucked up at the starts. Thankfully this race lasts a while, because again, not a great car for this.
Come on, you could do better than
Anyway, though, so, Troy, I know you're insulting this guy, but, while you're hurling insults, you know, we kinda left off last time, kinda, you know, not completing our conversation. There's a whole lot to talk about with the, Jet Set Radio soundtrack, you know? There's a lot of depth to it, really. I mean, a lot of depth to a lot of soundtracks in general. I think they're kinda underappreciated, you know, Troy, and I don't think a lot of people, give them enough time. They write them off as kiddie stuff. But anyway, though, yeah, Jet Set Radio, though.
Gotta get closer.
I'm trying, but look, again, car sucks ass. I can't emphasize this enough.
Racing you chumps was this easy, I would've took your slips months ago.
You're not gonna take that from Troy, are you? Alright, we'll let the other guy catch up. Let's try to match these guys' speed. Anyway, though, Troy, right, so. Soundtrack of Jet Set Radio. Yeah, we've got the soundtrack that you've been hearing plenty of, you know, bringing this one up all the time. But, did you know, Troy, that this is actually not technically the complete soundtrack? Because, you see, there's actually, like, a whole bunch of licensed music that was used, in Jet Set Radio. And not only, did they use licensed music, they also wound up, having to change some of the licensed music between versions. So, certain songs are... Oh, wow, that was a real fuck-up on my part.
That didn't look fun.
Apparently not. Yeah, no, exploding seems like it sucks ass. I don't want to do that. Anyway, though, right, so, like... the soundtrack's actually a fair bit different, so... Really, the soundtrack that I have keeps the core music, you know, so it's mainly Hideki Naganuma, and the like, you know, the people who composed original music for the game, which is very good in its own right, but we did wind up kinda, you know, missing a lot of songs, you know?
Hey, get me next to
I
that
mean, like, everybody knows Dragula, right? That was in one of the versions of Jet Set Radio. As is a lot of other stuff, and you know what else is on, what else is a licensed song? Songs by Guitar Veda, which is really too bad, because, you know, as integral as Naganuma is to the soundtrack, I feel like Guitar Veda also is a very important part of it as well, you know? Feel like that, you know, having them left out is a bit of a bummer, actually.
Pull up to that roller.
Last year, she stunned the world with her critically acclaimed debut album, Avarice. This year, Stillwater's R&B queen Aisha returned with a follow-up album, The Other Six.
This is a little too soon, huh? Ooh. Bad time to air this commercial. Also, bad time to be walking down that street. Oof, sorry. That looked like a real bad hit.
I'm your wife. Bring home the hottest woman in hip-hop with The Other Six. Now available.
So yeah, like I said,
CDs are sold.
this mission is a lot easier if you have a decent car, because it means you can actually not only match their speed, but actually possibly get ahead of them too. But I very much need to rely on Troy, who, if you could just yell a little louder, Troy. There we go, you got him. Alright, goodbye.
Thicker skin.
You'd think you would have noticed the other drivers exploding. Oh well. Your fault for not having pattern recognition. Alright, and that's that. Well, I guess this car did manage to survive an entire mission, somehow.
Meet me at the tea house in Chinatown. I think I got a way to get in deeper with the rollers.
Okay, that's great. I do need to stop for a bit though, Lynn. I have other things to do. Anyway, like I was gonna say, I guess this is just gonna be the Saintsmobile Mark II. It's not a good car, but it can be a little better than it was before, and it did manage to survive that entire race, which I don't know how it managed that. It was smoking by the end, but it still managed, so I guess that just means it's good enough to roll with me.
What if we came from here and here?
No, they just see it coming. Cops try that shit all the time and it never works.
Shit.
Oh
You're
shit,
right.
you're right, I am an
Well, what should
idiot.
we do then?
Well, we could... Hey, you might want to hear this.
Sorry, I wanted to go
I gotta
eat
leave
while I
with a
apparently
Los
dropped
Canales
Troy
color
off to
shit.
immediately
The
start this
Canales.
plan. Also,
What?
here we
Rio
go.
Grande River. Jesus.
What the fuck?
It's not the Los Carnales, it's just the Carnales. Los means... Fuck it. Like I was saying...
They
I'm not
almost
gonna raid the
explained the
factory
joke, but
quite
not
yet.
quite.
not?
But yeah,
Because
no,
I'm not a gun-toting
this is perhaps
psychopath
the
named
best
Jack
joke in the
Gat.
game.
Fair enough, so what's the plan?
One of my boys called and said they saw a truck with a heavy LC escort leaving the factory.
You mean TLC
It's
escort?
probably loaded with drugs, but that's just a bonus. Our target is the truck itself. I need it brought back to the row in one piece. It's no good to us blown to shit.
What do you need the truck for?
Let's just get the truck first, and then I'll tell you the rest of the plan.
All right,
just
truck
saying it would
first,
be nice
ask
to know.
questions later.
Shit, Troy,
Gotcha.
what's with all the questions? Why can't you be like my man over here?
Look, Dex.
I ain't a silent
go get that
protagonist.
See? Was that so hard?
Look, Playa just wants to help. Alright, hey, looks like you're on another mission with me, Troy. Geez, 2 in a row, aren't you popular? Anyway, though, that's good, because I feel like I kind of got interrupted, because I had to, like, explain some stuff, and, you know, the Aisha commercial came on, and, you know, I had to be sad about her quote-unquote death. I mean, we know she's not dead, but, you know, it's still weird to hear, you know, kind of surreal. Anyway, though, like I was saying, there's a lot of licensed music that didn't quite make it. You know, I feel like I should probably try to, you know, track that down and kind of perfect the soundtrack, you know? Because, you know, there's a bunch of stuff I
Yo, man,
missed.
just between you and me, I was fine with cleaning out the road, but getting into this drug shit ain't cool, alright? Someone should talk some sense into Julius.
What are you, a fucking cop? Anyway, enough of that. Come on, Troy. Be cool. Talk about the Jet Set Radio soundtrack. So, like, yeah, you know, I actually really miss Improvised, you know? I think that's a...
Once we steal from him, he ain't gonna back off until we're dead, or he is.
Alright, well, that does sound very risky, but, I think the plan is to kill him. Can we please have my conversation, though, Troy? You keep interrupting me. Look, I know I interrupted myself, and that's my fault, but, you know, I feel like you're worrying over nothing. So, like I said, Improvised by Jurassic 5. Not weird song, but, you know, it kind of works, though. I think a lot of the songs are just surprisingly good. That's one of the things I like about the soundtrack, you know. There is, of course, all the high-energy music. Naganuma does have a very good style that sort of fits the general gameplay of the game, where you grind around doing graffiti and kind of just styling on the cops and all the other gang members. But, you know, some of the quote-unquote lower energy songs are pretty good too, you know? I think it just goes to show that you can create a lot of good moods with a lot of different music, you know? You don't need any one specific style to necessarily go for the exact mood you're looking for, and maybe end up with something a little more broad, right? And Fuck off, dude. I haven't even done anything. What are you chasing me for? Alright, that guy is really aggro. I'm just watching the map. I didn't do anything. God, the fucking cops are fucking keen to fucking keep it fucking clean, aren't they, Troy? Alright, so, here we go. Hopefully that cop isn't still following us. You wanna go in hot? I think I kinda wanna go in hot, Troy. Whatever. We got this car for basically free. For actual free, because I didn't steal it. Let's go in hot.
Looks like you know how to handle
If you're on this dock, I assume you're part of the plan, so clear out. Oh,
Cover me while I get that heap running.
okay, just stop the car, why don't you? Troy, I feel like we should probably have taken care of them from the safety of our car first. Alright, so, just give me a moment to, get in the truck. Oh, gotta get rid of this guy.
Maybe not.
Alright, so, excuse me, back off from the Saints Mobile. Look, I may not like the Mark II as much, but that doesn't mean you can use it as cover. Yeah, it's alright, Troy. Okay.
Okay, I got the truck started. Let's
Cool,
go back to
alright, so let me just clear these guys Troy? Troy, you're leaving! But, Troy, come on, hold on a sec, dude. Alright, I guess we don't need to kill all these guys, but hey, come on, Troy! We didn't even finish our conversation! Hold on a moment! Hold on, where are you going? I should be in that truck too, you know. I feel like I could fire better from the truck, we wouldn't need to worry. Look, I feel like I fare better if I'm the one in the passenger seat, firing, rather than having to drive myself, you know? I feel like we could be doing a much better job if I were just riding in passenger, and look, I know maybe you're a little nervous about, like, me having to fire past you in case anybody comes up on your left, but I'm good for it. Look, there was this crazy guy earlier that was, like, running drugs, which apparently you wouldn't approve of, but, like, get out of my way, buddy. Oh, Troy won't drive the truck unless you're close enough, and won't listen to my conversation, but will stop and get fired at if I get too far away, sure. I see how it is. Anyway, though, yeah, like, there was this crazy guy, running drugs, and I fired past him just fine. Now, granted, smaller vehicle, fewer blind spots, but it was still a truck. There was a significant butt to that vehicle that, you know, would be hard to fire through and maybe could be used as cover, but, I feel like the point still stands. I feel like I should be riding passenger with you. Oh shit, okay. Other reason, is because my car is now exploding. Well, shit. Keep driving. Alright, well, unfortunately, the Mark II did not get past its debut video. It already exploded. Alright, we'll take a Mark III later, but first I have to actually survive this, and quite frankly, I don't think that vehicle has what it takes, so, thank you for, we'll say loaning me yours, whoever you are. Okay, so, third vehicle I've had to take on this mission, Troy, and I can't help but notice how little HP you're missing, despite the fact that you've been taking a lot of bullets. HP stands for health points, by the way. You never did answer me on if you played Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't know if you play video games in general, Troy, and you can't hear me from there. Troy, do you play video games? You have to answer me if you play video games. I need to know if you know what HP is. I need to know how much I need to fill you in on, you know? It's only polite that I don't... Fuck off, buddy. Get out of here. It's only polite that I fill you in on the terms if you don't know them, but we can skip a whole lot of this conversation if you already do, Troy. Anyway, though, all that is to say, that truck is really hardy, so I don't think that you have to be worried about me riding as the passenger. Again, I think I'd be doing a lot— oh shit, oh, I missed that one completely. I thought I was going to hammer right into that man's car, but I didn't. I don't feel like actually bothering getting that out of a ditch, so who has the fourth car I can use on this mission? Oh cool, you're in a pileup? Great. I'm just going to be getting you out of the way. There we go. Okay, fourth car. Hopefully Troy recognizes this one. This has been a little bit of a disaster. Don't know why you thought you'd be able to chase a truck on foot, other than the fact that Troy keeps stopping on my account. But yeah, no, this one's been pretty messy, and I do blame Troy for that. You could have just not left me behind, Troy.
Wanted. Now all we gotta do is figure out what the hell we needed it for.
Cool, let's also not get shot to death. Alright, so we finally get to meet some of the villains of this game.
Both shipments didn't arrive, and I want to make sure no one's skimming off the top.
No problem.
Angelo, you promised we'd go shopping tonight.
Angelo, let's go bowling!
Hey, I told Luz I'd take her downtown. Can Victor take care of...
Is Victor sitting at the table, Angelo?
Yes?
So if I wanted Victor to handle it, I could have asked him, right?
That does seem a fair point, yes?
Luz, we'll go out tomorrow.
But Angelo...
Coño, Luz, cállate la boca, ¿ok? No me oíste.
Gracias.
Wait, was that Spanish too? The subtitle didn't tell me.
Lady. Oye, Ángelo, métete la verga en su boca. Eso la callará.
Vete el carajo.
Mira, Luz, come on, mama. Don't be so sensitive.
I'll be inside.
Señorita, a moment. If Angelo is busy, I can take you out tonight.
Mr. Orejuela, I couldn't.
Nonsense. It would be my pleasure. Unless you have a problem with me entertaining the lady.
My facial expression implies I do.
No.
Also, God, I immediately go to Italian when I have to fucking do a voice for a mobster, I guess.
A lot of woman you got there,
Very clearly not Italian. It says so in the subtitle, they're Spanish.
Hold on. Sí. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué? ¿Pero qué pasó?
Alright, they're calling us the Los Carnales too. Alright, cool, kill them.
Everything is fine.
Of course it is. If you would excuse me, I'm going to check on the señorita.
Ese viejo sucio maricón, yo le mato si le toca Luz.
Angelo, you are my brother and I love you. But if you let your dick fuck things up with the Colombians, I'm gonna cut it off.
Forgive me, Hector.
Don't let it happen again.
¿Y qué fue eso?
Those pendejos in St. Row are the ones who took the shipment. With the Colombians arriving, we can't show any weakness.
The Colombians are already here.
All the more reason to settle this now. Victor, Angelo, gather your men together. It's time to tear Saints Row apart.
Well, that seems less than ideal. Well, I guess after we fuck around for a bit, we'll see if, that mission had any long-term consequences. But that, of course, will be next time on Saints Row. Need another goddamn car.
I have faith there is a future for us. Here as we are, or somewhere else.